Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Legend of the Five Rings Chronicle. I'm the Ravenous Archon. I'll be your storyteller this evening. And last we left off with our group, the Scorpion had asked some of the other Shugenja in his camp for some help, and he managed to get a copy of Jade Strike that he added to his repertoire. Everyone else was checking in on their students, kind of giving them advice, except for the Crane, who scared the bejesus out of one of his students. Enough to let him be the best out of the group in the horse race. But they also, after the race, gathered up their associates who managed to come out to help them deal with the encampment of Lady Tanako, which included Mirumoto Kameki, Kuni Sango, and Isawa Danbei. So they had a good mix of a dragon, a crab, and a phoenix. Before they left, the Soshi noticed that Bayushi Saimon was at the Crane encampment to congratulate the group for their accomplishment, and he also gave the Shugenja a small bag with a couple of shurikens, actually, to use if he needed them, of course. But it was also revealed that the Soshi was betrothed to a Shosuro, and he learned in response to giving away some information that the Bayushi that torments him is actually the student of a friend of the tea house master, and conversations were going to begin to be had between the two of them again. The group left for the Green Sea, and after a short period they came across a tendril of smoke from a campfire in the distance, and they came up on a small group of humans with a single spider creature guarding them, or keeping lookout, as it were. But they also noticed that they were drugged, or in the process of becoming high, and after a quick dispatch of the humans and the spider creature, they saw that the majority of the humans rose up again from the dead, and they had to put them down a second time. They did manage to protect or find that one of the humans did not die and pretended to be dead so that he wouldn't be killed by his fellow spider creature or the zombies. And after questioning him and being rudely answered, the doji cut his throat. And with a quickness, the group came back to the town where they met the seneschal of the daimyo, who felt that they were being a little rude to him given his station. But after reporting to the daidoji wife, they were about to head back to their encampments when the gate, the southern gate bell started to ring, and then immediately after, the east gate bell started to ring, and we left off with the doji rushing towards the southern gate, and this is where we're going to pick up with everybody. Obviously the Soshi is tagging along with you, but he'll be kind of sleepily in the background. We pick up, however, with a face we haven't seen in a while. Tamori Mori, you are coming up from the south. You have gone out after being told by Kuni Sango of a procedure to help you kind of become the person you need to become, that feels right to you. You were urged to go down and speak to a fellow associate of hers that could probably help you, and given that you were taking out two birds with one stone, you rushed down to the Crablands to get for help, to ask for help, especially since Aguro had not yet taken off for the wall. And you have a Kuni school witch hunter that is actually a Hiruma. Their name is Hiruma Bankosho. They also have gone through the transition process. They started male identified and have transitioned the other way. But they are definitely willing to help you and to kind of hold your hand through the process. As you're coming up to the southern gate, you'll hear the bell being rung and a couple of guards come rushing over, hands outstretched. Excuse me. And they immediately ask for everyone in the group to show the back of their necks.
Show without any hesitation.
You what?
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, I didn't pick up what you're saying. You did what?
I show it without any hesitation.
Okay, I thought you were questioning their station. I was like, what? Did I hear that correctly?
No.
Oh,
No.
yo, like you have the full right. You are samurai and they are not. But that is not the way I expected you to start this episode. And Aguro as well, and he kind of motions for everybody else to do it, and they do. Mm-hmm. And as they're about to let you pass, you see rushing towards the gate is Doji, with the Soshi in the back, and another giant. At least compared to Soshi and Doji, there is a monster of a samurai in this red and orange colored armor and this huge spear on his back.
The first thing that I say while I see them is, "You tried to replace me already?"
I slide, I like skid to a stop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked for a second, and I go, "Nobody could replace you."
I know, he's a few inches short.
He is actually.
Oh, Jesus.
Not nearly as strong either.
Ooh.
No offense.
Ooh.
Shiba will step forward. Shiba Kusho. And he gives a polite half bow.
Tamori Mori.
Yeah.
And there's also a half bow. And then I kind of just look over to see if anyone else will introduce themselves.
Oh, nobody really like gives their names, but they do just kind of bow. And Aguro comes over and does not ask for permission, and some of the what's it called? The Ashigaru magistrates just kind of look on in shock and awe as he literally just bear hugs Doji off the ground.
I hug him. I hug him back.
Yeah.
Is the change noticeable by Doji? And because I've never met Shiba, so I'm assuming he will not know. But Aguro and the other party members, do they notice the change that Tamori, the physical change, or not really?
Aguro probably, just because of how he felt about you. How would you describe Tamori Mori now to Doji and Shiba?
How much time has passed between the last time I've seen them to the everybody till
like
now?
A week?
Like a week?
Yeah, a little over a week.
Damn. Oh, it's faster than I thought.
We've just begun.
Then I guess I'm still healing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then nothing much has changed except for the flatness in my chest.
Okay.
And bandages, obviously.
Yeah. And Aguro just kind of like, without putting Doji down, just slides him up like a cask and just starts...
No, don't, not now, not now.
Starts walking back.
This is unacceptable.
Uppies.
No. It has been some time. Here, and he just hands you a gourd off of his belt. Doesn't even look in your direction.
I hold the gourd. I look at the phoenix, and I go, "We're basically brothers," and I drink some.
I would hope so.
I think they're closer than that.
We are. Yeah.
Don't tell them anything, and he just kind of starts to waddle faster away with him.
Huh.
I casually check his neck.
There's nothing there.
because that would suck.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. There was bells at another gate.
So why were the bells ringing?
Because there's a small cadre of crab samurai. There's
We need to go to the other gate.
Would you like to fill me in on what's happened so far?
Yes. Basically, we went to go kill. I forgot her name.
Lady Tanako.
Lady Tanako. We found out where she was, but when we got there, she with a cadre were heading back here. We raced back as fast as we can. We think we beat them here, but they might be getting into the other gate right now as we speak.
Define cadre, please.
Cadre, a bunch of other samurai and shape changers.
Understood.
And
Right.
Aguro points at the 12 crab that came with you guys, and he's like, "That's a cadre." And then he just kind of like looks, he just turns his head back towards Doji. He's like, "I used that correctly, right?"
Correct. See, you're learning.
Cadre.
Should probably also mention if there is a fight at the other gate, chop off their heads.
Yes.
I can do that.
Yep.
Don't
Okay,
hesitate.
could you put me
They will-
down now?
Unless you want to fight them twice.
I drank some of the gourd. You could put me down now.
I don't know. And he picks you up and sloshes you like a cask. You sound pretty empty.
God, I missed you. And I give him like a hug on his head.
Yeah, and he does put you down. And he'll offer the
I
gourd.
pat him like this on the chest.
Yeah,
I go, I
and
missed you, brother.
he'll offer the gourd to Shiba Kusho, and he'll bow. Hida Aguro.
Take a swig. What did I just drink?
It is crab wine, crab rice wine. It is, if sake could be fermented into hooch in a prison toilet, this is what you would be drinking.
Ooh.
When I think about it like the version of Fireball whiskey, but sake.
And no cinnamon.
Prison wine. That's fine. I bow and hand it back.
And he
I
does.
start
He,
making haste to the other gate.
yeah, and he kind of points at the doji and he leans into the Shibakusho. I apologize for his. And he just motions to all of him.
He's a very excitable man.
Yeah, he is Crane. And he's like, he starts walling after him and says, "We better follow him or else he's going to get angry."
Or into trouble. Or both.
Correct. And he'll point to Tamori Mori. This is the little dragon. I don't know if he's referred to them or not.
They've come up. But not much. We've been, honestly, we've been busy.
We basically met, what, 5
We
days
met-
ago?
Right. We met, left the city for a little bit, and then left it again and came right back. So we haven't been sitting still.
All right. Well, then I will help you finish the job so you don't have to be so busy.
Thank you.
And as you're walking towards the other gate, Aguro will kind of lean over to Shibakusha and he just, "Don't let the face fool you." Tamori Mori prefers not to go by either he, him, or she, her. So
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
to get on their good side, dude, I'd rather tell you now than correct you later.
And if I had it, I would have meant no offense, but
Of course.
Are you talking shit about me?
No, and he just hands you the gourd. Here, drink.
Only good things.
Yeah.
Only good things.
Unfortunately, I can't right now.
The healing.
Mm-hmm. Also, the fighting's not going to help, so I figured I might as well pick and choose which part I damage.
And he'll look over at Shiba again. He's like, "This is how you know they're dragon. They think drinking doesn't help fighting." And he takes a big sip from the gourd. As you get to the eastern gate, there is a force easily 100 soldiers, all armored. And you will see that there are 2 Imperial family flags, the Otomo
Oh,
and the Seppun.
huh.
The Imperial representatives have arrived. And there is a big stink about the guards asking them to show the backs of their necks.
I try to make my way up.
Mhm.
There's no courtier here, so I guess this falls onto me.
Always.
Yep.
I try to calm everyone down.
Did order them to check
Is there
the neck.
anybody in the Imperial courts that I recognize of all my times in the courts back and forth?
In this group, no.
Shit. Okay.
Huh.
I tried to by checking out everybody, like who's doing most of the talking for them.
There is one gentleman who looks to be in the finest of silks, and there's a peasant behind him with a long bamboo banner with the Otomo family insignia. And next to the 2 of them is this beautifully armored gentleman who has the Imperial kind of jade coloring to his armor, but his whole chest has etched into his armor the Seppun family banner.
Okay.
So you can imagine that the Otomo is the representative and the Seppun is his Yojimbo.
Yep. I make a beeline to him.
Mhm.
And I try to save the poor guard who's probably getting his ass reamed.
Yeah.
By inserting myself with a deep, deep bow.
And the Otomo kind of takes a step back as you approach, and he's like, "Ah, finally, someone of a refined background. A clan samurai." And he kind of just nods.
I walk over, I give a deep bow, and I go, Doji, Asiati. May you and I and your Jimbo step to the side and speak quietly.
At least you asked, unlike this filth. And just kind of sneers at the guard. And the guard just kind of like looks at you like, I'm
doing my job, bro. I know.
I'm just existing, my man.
He's just doing his job.
But the 3 of them, like the Otomo, the little banner peasant, and the Seppun step to the side with you. Do Shiba and Tamori step aside as well, or?
Shiba doesn't. Shiba Kusho doesn't. He didn't like the interaction with the guard, so he's just gonna reserve his presence from the situation.
Okay.
I mean, Doji specifically said just them 2, correct?
Yep.
So no.
Okay.
Unless Doji looked at me with.
Actually, I basically my Yojimbo right now would be the little dragon, so I nod them along with me.
Then I guess I go.
Welcome back.
All right. I'll just keep my mouth shut.
So once we're out of earshot
Yep.
from all the other guards.
Yep.
You're gonna have to remind me, what was the name of the village where the big battle happened last season?
The first season battle?
Yes.
Tell you right now. That was all the way back. Shiromori Sato.
I asked him. have you been briefed on the events of Amuri Shaka, of what happened there?
He tilts his head. He's like, there has been some references to that peasant town, yes.
You know the creatures that we faced there.
I couldn't be bothered to pay attention. Forgive me, Doji. There
It's
are...
okay. You have more important things to attend to in the Empire.
I do.
I understand.
Thank you for noticing.
Those creatures, though, could take the form of anyone. And the only way you can find out if they're true people, if it's truly the person, is a small scar in the back of the neck.
Hmm.
I don't know why the scar exists, but every shape changer has that scar. And we have no idea who they've shape changed into. I fought an exact copy of my own father. My clan faced a copy of me.
Hmm.
So I personally asked the oh my god, I forgot his name. The one in charge of the city right now.
The daimyo.
The daimyo. To ask the guards to check everyone's necks. To make sure that they don't infiltrate the village. Especially since I am under the strong belief that a cadre of them are on their way to this village. And the last thing we want to do is risk your safety within these village walls by not being thorough on everyone that passes through them.
As he says that, could I have Shiba Kusho and Tamori Mori roll their perception since you don't have battle?
Yep. Hold on, my computer froze.
Oh no!
Perception. Why are you frozen, bitch?
Damn.
Oh, so it's just a straight up stat roll?
Straight up stat roll, yeah.
Okay.
All right, 7 for Shiba Kusho.
Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, do you want me to hit the roll button for you?
No, I can do it. It found itself.
Oh.
16.
Wow. Those should be reversed.
Nope.
Tamori Mori.
Came back a new man.
Ooh, so exciting.
Yeah!
So exciting.
It's a new dragon, baby!
Mhm.
Yeah. Kusho looks out and just sees a show of force from the Empire. Like, there's banners for the 2 largest Imperial families.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that it's not all samurai. Like, there's Shugenja there. And there's maybe a courtier or 2. Someone that just looks like they are in some finery, but not like the Otomo that Doji's talking to. Tamori Mori will look out at this force and see that there's enough here to take the city by force, if they have to.
They're here. That was my thought. They're here to stay.
Yeah, there's enough soldiers here to take on every single samurai that the clans have brought for this Topaz Championship.
Will that give me an indication on why they're being such stinkers about the guards?
No, that's just the way the upper echelon is. Because they believe themselves above everyone else, like they feel like they should be treated like they are above everyone else. But the Otomo looks at Doji. I understand the need for this procedure. But Doji, I come with enough soldiers to protect this village from any threat. exterior
understand that.
or interior.
I understand that, but for all you know, some of your soldiers have been replaced without you noticing.
You're not
They
getting
are-
past without
they
being
are-
checked.
They are that good at replacing people. You will not notice. And by the way, the copies are perfect, down to skill sets. When I faced my father, the clone of my father, I was fighting my father.
Doji, you are asking me to take my entire force and let some peasant filth.
No, allow me to. I will do it personally.
For all of them?
Yes, for all of them. If I have to be here till tomorrow morning to keep the honor, keep everyone's honor intact, I will.
And he turns to look at Tamori Mori and just like he turns in the same eye line that the doji is in, and then he just you wear dragon colors, but you look more crab than anything.
I'm going to speak plainly.
Oh,
Doji will take the time to appease you and find the nice answer, but I'm going to let you know you're not getting past without us checking.
crab it is.
I literally do this.
He goes, very well. I will allow you, Doji, to check my men and women. I will
Is that so hard?
require. No. I apologize for pausing. I wasn't finished. I will require you to gather all of the teachers and masters that have come. I wish to speak to all of you.
Of course.
And he yells out, set up our tents. We're staying outside the city until everyone is checked. And immediately the whole garrison just kind of bows in unison.
They start setting up.
And they start setting up.
So I ask, I look right as is your Jimbo.
Mhm.
And I go,
He has
May I check
not.
you
He
first?
has not stopped looking at you.
may I check you first?
And he turns around and just lifts his ponytail up.
I look.
No
Nothing.
scar. No scar.
And I look at him now, and I go, I do not wish to impose. I trust you that you have not allowed to leave your sight.
I have not.
Then I will trust your honor that he is himself.
He stops for a moment. And he leans in and he says something to the Otomo. And the Otomo just looks disgusted. But he turns around. And the little peasant that's with him just kind of grabs his ponytail and lifts it up for you.
Yeah.
And the Otomo does not have a scar. And then, without hesitation, the Otomo looks at the little peasant, who puts his hair down very gently, kind of fixes his shoulders, and after a moment of just standing there, the Otomo slaps him.
I kind of expected that.
Show him your neck, fool. And the guard just reaches back, pulls a little bit of hair that he has back there, and shows you his bare neck. Doesn't touch his face, doesn't acknowledge being slapped, just bows deeply. And the three of them walk over to a site where he'll point and just bark an order to assemble his yurt.
How will we remember who gets checked and how will they stay? clean?
Easy. We're going to pick a side. Everybody's going to go into their tents, and we're going to work our way around. tent by tent and clear them. And as soon as they're cleared, they can pick
Remember,
up their tent and head inside.
only you can check the necks. You didn't
I
say
know.
good.
He did say we.
So
What we?
Yeah, he said we.
there,
No, but
No.
I assumed we meant you would at least go with me.
you
That's
specifically
assume-
said you personally are going to
I
inspect.
know. If you want to
Yeah.
go and
That's
get a nap,
assuming a lot.
go ahead.
I'm gonna make sure that whoever crosses my line, you've already checked.
That is a good idea.
I know. So I'll be I guess, the gatekeeper for people who have been checked.
Basically, the idea is
Crucial. Huh.
once they're checked, they can set up their tent on the other side.
Yep. And they.
And then we just move.
Yeah, and the Sapoon kind of he sets up a line, and visually, everyone, the entire, and there's like this rumbling of feet as the entire group just kind of moves to the north side of the line, and he yells out, "Until you are checked, you are not allowed to set up your tent." And there's some groaning among the people, and he immediately turns back towards the group, and all of them just get straight, just at attention.
Of course. This should be quick. They could all turn around, hold up their hair, and I'm just going to walk my way down checking.
It's still like 130 people you gotta check, so it does take you.
I understand. By the way, the entire time,
Yep.
my hand is right over my katana. If any of them has a scar, I'm not even going to hesitate. It's wham!
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
You check all of them. It takes you the better part of 2 hours. Are Tamori Mori and Shibakusha gonna stick around to watch him?
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. One thing.
Yeah.
Right before I start the check, I send a runner with a message that all the tutors and teachers have been summoned by the Imperial family to meet tomorrow morning.
Okay.
No exceptions. Everyone must be there. And
Okay.
by the way, seeing that I've been teaching dueling,
You will be there.
I will be there as well.
Yep. Everyone here will be there.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, so that we do the whole line, all of them, and they
Yeah.
can set up their tents after.
Yep. So
I was going
what-
to do the same, but I was going to post up at the gate with Tamori.
Okay. Yeah, some of the guards, after they're checked, will kind of look at the two of you and just kind of shake their heads like, how do they grow so big?
What do they feed them?
Yeah.
Is a girl helping as well?
Oh no. No, a girl is there at the gate with you, so it's just these three fucking giants.
Yeah.
Oh my
and then-
god, you know what I've realized? I've been attracting all these giants around me lately.
Yeah. It's these three giants, these two Ashigaru who are maybe 5'4", 5'5" at the tallest. And a guru just kind of leans over at Tamori Mori. He's like, he said he was going to check them.
Yeah?
He
He
did.
never said we.
Nope.
Mhm. I took note of that very fast.
Yeah. And
Well,
you see
I
that
didn't
he...
want. I didn't. The thing is that I didn't want. If there was an honor check involved, I have the highest honor in the party, so I was kind of betting my hedging my bets.
Yeah.
That if an honor check came up, I know I have the highest honor in the party.
Yeah. And you see that he instinctively goes to hand Tamori Mori the gourd again, and halfway he stops himself and he just turns and gives it to Shibakusha instead. You have to drink for them since they are healing.
Oh,
You
Those are
always
the-
can give them a water skin.
Those are the
They're
rules.
probably thirsty.
well, I'm not. I'm nothing if not a stickler to the rules. So I'll take a swig and hand it back to him.
And
Did you make this batch yourself, Aguro?
of course, I had my brother test it before we left.
I'm sure it's good. You should save me some.
I will. But he just kind of like looks at Shibakusho up and down. You look formidable, my Phoenix friend.
You as well. Thank you.
Should I get out from in between you guys so you can be closer?
No, that is fine. I
wouldn't mind. I just don't want to be in the way.
I don't want to. I don't want to impose. And he's like, it's not like, and he does that thing where he flexes and points, like we need to be over there or anything. We can stay here. And again, he flexes the whole arm.
Did you have to get the big ball over there?
Shiva, make sure you look where he's pointing. It's very important that you observe him while he does this.
I'm scared, and but I will listen to Tamori.
Do not be afraid.
He's a gentle lover, I promise.
Okay.
And he immediately blushes and shrinks.
Awesome.
Just takes a step back and just kind of puts himself behind the big post of the Torii gate at the entrance to the town, and he just takes a quiet sip of his gourd and just stands there for a second.
When he shrinks, I kind of like slap him in the stomach, like one of those like, don't be weird.
Yeah. But after Doji's done, where do you go next? It's now close to midnight.
I look at my friends and I say, "Oh, I guess we will see each other in the morning. Because I think we could all use some sleep."
100%.
That does make sense. I don't know where I'm gonna go though. That's not your problem. I didn't say that out loud. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. If you said that out loud, I would automatically say you are always welcome in our camp.
I'm not sleeping with you and your wife.
Yeah.
No! I'll get you a tent. I'll get you your own tent.
You could stay with the crab. You are traveling with them.
That's true.
Oh. But your tent is still set up in the dragon encampment.
I did not know that.
Yeah, if you go over to the encampments, you'll see that it's still up.
Okay, cool. So I might check that first before I go to the crabs immediately, but
it looks like somebody was looking for something, but not like they didn't destroy the encampment. They just kind of like
in my tent?
Yeah. They move things around.
Oh, what the fuck? That's weird.
Yeah. I wonder who would do that.
I have no idea what happened.
Oh, so there was a nosy fucking crane. That's what it was.
Nah. You know, I have no idea what happened. But your bed is still, the bedroll is still there. Whatever footlocker you had with you is still there.
Okay. Good.
But yeah, Aguro kind of walks you to your tent. And he sees the mess that's in there, and he's just like, looks like nothing's changed.
That wasn't me, unfortunately. I would love to take credit for that, but someone was rummaging, and by the smell of very expensive oils and perfumes, I'm going to assume that it's someone we know.
He takes a big sniff of the air. Don't smell anything.
Well, maybe you can practice. I don't know how to help you with that, to be honest.
I don't know either.
It's okay, buddy.
How
You
does-
keep drinking your wine. You're all right.
All right. Are you staying here?
I assume so, unless there's something I need to do more at the crab encampment.
I will let the Hiruma know where you are staying then.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I kind of pat him on the shoulder.
And he nods for a moment and just kind of stands there awkwardly. Okay, good night. And rushes out.
Good night.
Yeah.
And they retreat to their tent.
You had a 16 on your perception check for the group, so using that kind of level of perceptive abilities, it's very clear that he's trying to come to terms with a lot of emotions.
That makes sense. I know that he doesn't know what has recently happened over the course of him leaving,
Mhm.
and I'm not going to burst that bubble and add more emotions to the mix. So, trying my best to be friendly and still have some of the feelings that I had, but unfortunately, I think Tamori has found another person that they're interested in a little bit.
Ooh.
And it's somebody that has been in communication, like
Mhm.
letters wise.
Yeah. Somebody that may
And
or
we're
may
done.
not have invited you back home. Is that who I'm thinking of?
Correct.
Okay. Just making sure we were still on the same page.
Also, I think I'm frozen.
No, I heard you.
No, you're not frozen. We see you moving. You're good.
But yeah, so you guys, if you're not gonna do anything overnight,
Well, when I get to my tent, I'm going to tell my wife everything that happened. Mostly because I tell her everything, but also because I kind of like want her feedback.
Mhm.
Especially, why did they show up with this big of a force? Should I be worried? They want us to meet all the tutors and teachers tomorrow morning. Which I already sent out word. Basically, she's not only my wife, she's my advisor in life.
Yeah, of course.
So I talk to her.
Yeah.
And I tell one of our servants to make sure in the morning there is rice balls enough for me and my friend to take with me in the morning, because I don't think we're gonna have time for an actual breakfast,
Mhm.
because we're supposed to be meeting first thing in the morning.
Yep.
And I make sure that my finest kimono and set they're all ready.
Okay.
Yep. And then I fall asleep with my wife.
Yep.
And you know what? Fuck it. I do it straight up. I check her neck.
Good.
She knows
No.
I'm paranoid.
Yeah, there's no scar.
Okay. 'Cause
Um,
that would suck.
yeah. And you go through the motions of telling her what happened, and of course, she plays the devil's advocate, and she's like, this is technically the second time that this daimyo has allowed this kind of thing to happen. There's no third chance to do right.
Makes sense.
This might be a group that is here to depose him should the same thing come
So do
out.
you think that his not really knowing about everything that happened was a ruse? That he does know everything that happened, but he was just playing.
If he doesn't know what happened, he's an idiot and shouldn't
Fair
be in
enough.
control. And if he does know what happened and has been playing the fool, then he shouldn't be in control either. He poses a threat to the throne.
Could it be that he? That's interesting. I cannot assume that he is a fool. Maybe he's trying to keep everybody off guard, acting like he doesn't know. Some political edge in that. I don't know. I've spent many years in the court, but I am no courtier.
Where where was he trained? Because this feels, if we are assuming that he is as manipulative as you are assuming, this is very Scorpion.
Okay.
This is not Crane or Lion.
The fact that I have this crazy memory.
Mhm.
Have I ever heard any stories about him?
No,
Now that's disturbing.
he is.
I
He
should have heard
is.
something about him in court. Some rumor. Somebody talking.
No, he is.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I literally lost all audio and visuals from you guys for like a solid 3 minutes.
Oh my God.
Wow.
What were you saying, Chewy? You were said something to me, and then I just heard little snippets of your guys' voice, and I was like, and I was literally messaging. I was messaging Shiva like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Yeah. No, no, you're
That's
fine. Once a girl left, I switched over to Peter.
Yeah,
Oh.
Got it.
I was just
Okay,
telling my
thank
wife
you.
everything that happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Understood. That was really weird because apparently you could still see that I was
Yeah, you were
creating,
moving and
like
everything
picking
just
up.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
you
was
were.
weird.
It looked like you were
Weird,
in
you
it.
were moving just fine. I
Yeah.
even saw your hands typing.
Yeah, and it
Yeah, I was
looked like
typing,
you.
trying to.
Yeah, it looked like you were
tell you
reacting
guys
to
I
everything
couldn't
that's
hear you.
happening.
Exactly.
I was reacting
That's
to
weird.
literally not
Okay.
hearing anything,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't know
you're
if I
good.
missed anything. Sorry.
You're good. No, the second that a girl left and we had that interaction where we agreed that he still feels weird and that you also feel weird, but you have somebody else. We were like, all right,
Yeah.
time to shift.
And that you weren't gonna, give him more confusing feelings to deal
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
Yeah, no. The only thing that you've missed is that Peter and his wife have been talking about the daimyo and whether or not he is an idiot or manipulative.
Heard.
But no, you haven't heard anything beyond the fact that he was a courtier that spent some time in different courts around the empire. Like, his family wanted him to get the most out of every powerful court he could be
Well, that makes perfect sense.
a whole he could get his hands on.
Yeah.
And there was one court where he just showed everyone how disruptive one of the other courtiers was being to the empire, and he earned his favor there, and that's when they betrothed him to the Daidoji.
Okay.
And that's how the whole thing began, with him getting to town and then being moved up to this bigger town to see if he's worthy of kind of becoming a governor.
Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna head to sleep.
Yep.
The next morning, I will get super dressed up, collect the breakfast that I have collected for my friends in case they're hungry. I refill my sake bottle
Okay.
and I take it with me.
All right.
Oh, is there any competitions today?
No, today's a rest day.
These are
Okay. I'll just check in on my daughter. Make sure she's okay.
Yeah, she's just going through her like, she's playing shogi against one of the other students, because tomorrow it is tactics and history.
Okay. By the way, the one I terrified into actually doing well,
Mhm.
I walked past him.
Oh, he bows low the moment you make
but
eye contact with
I
him.
put my hand on his shoulder, and I'm like, "Good job," and then head over.
Yeah, and he just stays bowed until you are gone, and then he slowly kind of gets back up. Just a smile from ear to ear.
Oh, for sure. He's like, "Yeah." Okay, I head over to the meeting.
Yeah, all of you show up, and there is this yurt, this massive tent that can easily fit 30 people comfortably. And there's a little fire in the center. There's pillows that have been put aside. And the Sepun guard is out front, and he demands to check everyone's neck.
I bow deeply, and I turn around and show my neck.
And he lets you in after he checks you to make sure that you're not.
Good man, smart.
Yeah. And he checks everyone, and nobody has a scar. So it is the three of you plus a bunch of other teachers, and it's a little uncomfortable because there's like 6 or 7 per clan. So not everybody gets a seat. Some people are standing, and the Otomo just sits there with a little armrest, the little left hand armrest, and he's just fanning himself. So
I don't mind standing.
okay, I figured that you would be one of the standers, because a guru is also like, I'm not gonna sit. People need to see how big I am.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with the Dragon Clan? Or are you with other people?
I'm not with the Dragon Clan. No.
Okay.
I will go to where the rest of my clan is, where my teachers are.
Yeah.
I know that one of them is going to automatically move to let me sit.
Mhm.
But when they do, I just stay.
Yeah.
And I'll stand with my clan.
Okay. Yeah. Aguro stands.
This kimono is way too nice for me to sit.
Aguro stands kind of with the crab, but also like next to the dragon. Shiba with the phoenix.
With the Phoenix, I'll stand too.
Okay. Damn, these big motherfuckers are just standing.
Yeah, bro.
Don't agree like you're one of us.
What do you mean? They brought their army. I brought mine. They just stand heads and shoulders. What's up?
It's like a chihuahua with Great
Yeah.
Danes.
Yeah, stay in your lane,
Just
Tiny.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, who didn't get hit in the last battle? Just
It's
saying.
it's like that chihuahua in a house of pit bulls.
Yep.
And the chihuahua's like, "What's up? What's up?" And the pit bull just
So he'll look out at everyone once everyone's gathered. I would like everyone to know that I am here as a representative of the Emperor. My voice is his voice. My actions are his actions. This is the gift that I have brought, and he shows the ceremonial topaz armor off to one side for the topaz champion. It looks large, like not for someone like a Guro or Tamori Mori or Shibakusho, but it does look like it is made bigger so that it can be taken in to fit whoever wins the award. And you also see that there is a daisho before it that has this beautiful twin swords on display, and behind them there is this little notch for the tanto, the smallest of the 3 knives. But each blade has a little topaz cap at the base of the hilt. And he turns his attention back to the group. Now, let me be clear, too. I am not here posturing for the Emperor. Those of you that may know, and he looks pointedly at the doji, may have heard of Shiromori Sato and the events that took place in the north. Esteemed Miya-san was involved in those events. It was under his supervision that village was attacked and ravaged as it was. Resources were lost. The Emperor does not give second chances easily. And there are some in this room who know, and he again looks pointedly at Doji, of Miya-san's failure. And to Shibakusho and Tamori Mori, it just sounds like somebody criticizing the daimyo, but to Doji, there is venom in the word failure.
Hmm.
I have been tasked with measuring this man and finding out if he is a danger to himself or a danger to the empire as a whole. And I would appreciate all of your critiques and observations in this manner. So I will open the floor to all of you to tell me what you think of this man and whether or not he has been a good leader and protector. And he just leans back and puts the fan to his chin, just kind of taps it.
There's definitely a look that I give Doji of like, should I open my big mouth?
Okay. I am not quite as smart as Doji is
Sure.
when it comes to court shit.
Court shit.
With my etiquette, right?
Yeah.
I'm still pissed off
Yeah.
that motherfucker threatened my fucking life
Uh-huh.
when I was trying to help him.
Sure. You are definitely one of the people that I'm just like, what are you gonna say about him?
Yeah. Using my etiquette,
Mhm.
I would like to throw him under the bus in a way that doesn't sound like I'm throwing him under the bus.
I also have etiquette.
You know,
Ooh.
like that.
What?
You know that things were beyond.
Mhm.
That things were beyond.
Is Tamori Mori gonna use that the way that Peter's gonna use that though?
No,
Yeah,
probably not.
actually. Yeah, actually, I am.
Okay. All right.
I am.
What?
And before, because you ignored my look, so that was
No,
me.
I looked at
giving-
you. I looked at you and I went,
Which
like
means
this.
fucking what?
Means
You know that this
fucking
with me
what?
is I'm thinking.
And
You
you're
and I
thinking
were-
a little bit
you
too
and I were
late.
in that
All right.
room. You and I were in that room when we got threatened.
It's a trained rule, right? Because I have one
Yeah,
etiquette.
it's strange.
It's
Yeah.
trained, yeah. So you use the T column.
Actually,
But
can I hold on? Can
Yeah.
we like use our skills together
No.
in a way? No?
no,
Because
not,
the thing
not
is,
with
like-
etiquette.
Okay.
And
I
also
didn't know like you could say something and then I could like
No.
and we could
pair it with intelligence.
Pair it with intel. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Like, do I roll twice?
No. What
No,
you do
what
is
you do is you change the attribute next to it where it says
Yeah.
awareness.
Yeah.
You could pull
Got
it
it.
down and you'll see intelligence.
yeah.
Got
So
it.
both of you pair it with intelligence instead.
Got it.
And roll that. If you had
Okay.
pre-planned what you were gonna say, then you could have rolled and added your stuff together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got it.
that's a Tamori Mori roll right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Jesus.
There you go, buddy.
3 keep 2? Oh, because you only have 1 rank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still better than no.
Yeah.
Yeah, still better than none. Before they had none.
Yeah. So Doji starts off with his.
Oh, I wanted to start.
I mean, if you want to start it, you can start it.
No, let them start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you start, and there's this moment where you looked at Doji and asked for either permission or for advice.
And all you saw was the I'm thinking face.
Mhm.
Oh shit.
Oh, I heard you.
Yeah. Yep. And so you were like, I'm gonna go first.
Yep.
And there's a moment where somebody is about to stand up who is sitting, and you just blurt out, what do you say?
I don't know how to say that. I don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know.
What are
how
you
to
trying to
put
get
it into
across?
words that he's a shady motherfucker.
Okay. So you
Firsthand account. Me,
Yeah.
I saw him with my own 2 eyes.
and you'll take a step forward, and some of the people that are sitting in front of you just kind of like, oh,
Yeah, they're just taking a step forward. Everybody else sits down.
yeah.
And I want to pair it with intimidation.
Well, who are you trying to intimidate?
I don't know. The person that asked, the person speaking for the Emperor.
Oh, the guy that was about to stand up. That's what you meant. Like,
Are you trying to intimidate the guy that was going to stand up and say something, or are you trying to intimidate the? Are you trying to intimidate the Otomo?
Jesus Christ!
I will, as benevolent as I have ever been, tell you that that would not go well for you.
Damn.
But if you want to, if you really want to, I will not stop.
But they have given you the "Are you sure?" warning.
Man, I kind of want to.
But what are you trying to get across?
Yeah, they said that they want this guy to look like a shady motherfucker.
Yeah.
And that's gonna get across for sure. The hiccup right now is this intimidation that suddenly came up.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you're going to intimidate anybody, intimidate the motherfucker that was going to get up before you and talk.
I don't want to do that. I don't care about them.
Okay.
Yeah, they're nobodies.
I'm just thinking, what do you have to gain by intimidating, the voice of the Emperor?
To fucking... Or I could perform.
What do you want
Like
to
make
perform?
a big deal of your statement?
Yeah. I just want to add on to the fact that
You rolled a 6?
I don't... That, and then also the fact that I wouldn't have the right words to say, but I would know how to fucking try to convey it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and we have established that in worst case scenarios, whenever Tamori Mori doesn't know how to say something, there is always some kind of interpretive dance that comes along with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but how good is the interpretive dance? That's the performance role.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
There you go.
Sure. Go ahead and roll performance.
So they perform a little kabuki dance.
Look at that shit.
Oh, damn, you actually have performance? What the fuck?
Look at
Yeah,
that.
I do have performance, and I'm fucking ready to go and peacock my way so that they don't listen to the words that I'm saying that are not fucking good.
They are not good.
Correct.
Damn. Have you always had
Damn is
performance?
correct.
Yeah.
Have you always had
19,
performance?
baby.
Yes, I have, but we haven't had a fucking opportunity to perform.
Yeah.
Okay. That's on me.
Let me shine, motherfucker.
Yeah. No, you do. And your words are crass. And
Yeah.
there's no tact. There's no flowery language there. And your hand gestures tell a completely different story.
God, I'm graceful. Motherfucker, I'm graceful.
There is... You point at the people that you need to point to when you need to point to them. You emphasize with like that fist on the palm. You stop your foot at the right time. Like the people next to you are shaken. Like
Nice.
they move away. They're just like, one, they want to give you space to actually like fill up whatever you need to do. But they're also like, this is unheard of. Nobody does this at court.
It's a new technique.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a lawyer.
100%. Don't be surprised if this year there's a lot of jazz hands and interpretive dance in the courts.
Started a new trend.
Yeah. Like there's a Daidoji that was just like, how can I use this?
Learn from me, bitches.
Yeah, trendsetter, bro. And the Otomo listens to you and just kind of like every so often you'll have this big gesture and he'll like lean back in his seat and then come forward again. The Sapoon is used to regular court dealings. So the moment you start your like haka, for lack of a better word, his head just kind of slowly starts to tilt and turn towards you. But his eyes dart between you and the Otomo and back to you and back to the Otomo. And there's this moment where he's like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But the Otomo's enraptured.
Give him the old razzle dazzle, bitch.
Good job.
Yep. And you finish, and the
With a
Otomo just...
bow.
Okay. Yeah. Of course. Court.
Mhm.
And the Otomo just kind of looks in your direction. Very well. Can anyone corroborate or challenge these claims?
I step in with my 23.
Mhm.
I disguise it in that, you know, he really had no control and fate was against him. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But I flat, you know, that he and I cover for my cousin. Because I really think my cousin has nothing to do with this shit.
Yep. And he listens to you. And he kind of looks at Tamori Mori in the middle of your thing and then kind of looks back to you. Noted.
But yeah, I don't like the fact that he threatened me and my friends' lives because of his fucking failures. I'm throwing him under the bus.
And he nods. And then, very well. And there's a group of people that have nothing to say one way or the other. They haven't really interacted with him. They've interacted with the Doji more than anything. They have nothing but good things to say about her. And then you will see the tea house master.
Uh-oh.
Just kind of...
I have no way which way he's gonna go.
He just stands up from sitting down and very casually just kind of dusts his knees and bows low to the Otomo. My lord, this is a simple village with simple resources for the Empire. He is not a threat. The only threat he is to himself. He is a man who is flawed, yes, who drinks incessantly. And there are the scorpion that are with him just kind of raise their fans up to their mouth, but you can see that some of them are just shaking with laughter. Like they've stifled it, but they're you can see their shoulders kind of moving up and down. I have had many a delivery that has come through my house for him. More recently, of course, because the poor man lost his brother. And we all have lost family. No one is safe from that crime in the Empire. But is that enough to destroy a man? You are here. I invite you to sit with him, to be among him, to see exactly how he treats those beneath him. That will tell you all you need to know about the man and the measure of his rule. And he bows low and sits down. The Otomo takes a deep breath and he motions to the Seppun. The Seppun steps forward. We are done here. Thank you for your time. You may return to your tents. And some of the people are surprised. Some of them are kind of looking at the Scorpion group to kind of see if they're going to give away anything, but they just kind of stand up in unison and just kind of bow to the Otomo. They bow to everyone else that's present, and as a group, they kind of walk out.
I will, because I have to. I'll lead my cranes out.
Mhm.
As we're walking out, do I have any courtiers in my group right now, or none?
Yeah, you have a Daidoji.
Okay, I will close next to them and ask for advice on how I did.
He looks at you and he smiles. Doji-san, you showed that you are not unfamiliar with courts. Your associate, and I mean this with all the respect that I can in this comment, has seen more circuses than courts.
They have the subtlety of a sledgehammer, but they're honest. To a
Are there
fault.
circuses in Japan?
Yeah, bro. Of
Yeah!
course. Yeah. And he nods. If they were a crab, there would have been more lenience to their statement. I fear that the Katsuki have not done any favors to give the dragon that kind of leeway, unfortunately.
Well, she's my friend. Well, he's my friend. Well, they're my friend. Even with their faults, they're one of the better samurai I've ever met.
And some samurai excel on the field, and other samurai excel on the courts. At least they know where they are strongest.
Fair enough.
And
head
he-
back to the encampment with the rest of the crane.
Yep.
I have a few things to take care of.
So Doji's going back to the crane. Where's Tamori Mori and where's Shiba Kusho going?
When I say that to him, I'm gonna go back to my friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I send them off, and I go back to my friends.
Okay. So Tamori Mori and Shiba Kusho are approached by the Doji.
Doji.
I'm gonna assume that none of you have had breakfast. I had a little satchel with me, which I open up, and I hand all of you a rice ball.
Thank you.
That's a bold assumption. Do you think I would do that well of a performance if I did it on an empty stomach?
I didn't quite catch you. I didn't quite catch it. I'm sorry.
Do you think I would perform that well on an empty stomach?
Yes.
No, wrong.
I've seen you fight better on an empty stomach.
I still
Your
eat the rice ball,
performance is going to be all the rage next year in the winter courts.
as they should be. Of course, they're boring.
Oh no, they're not.
I still eat the rice ball, but
Yeah.
Of course. And you'll see the Scorpion tea house master kind of sidle over to you guys. I don't want to be bold, but would you like to drink something to wash down those rice balls with?
Yes.
I have some questions for your group if you'll be so kind as to entertain me.
I had a feeling that that's where that was going.
Of course.
And he'll lead you to a private room on the second story. And I don't know if I've described the tea house to Kusho,
Mm-mm.
but
No.
it is a circular building, kind of like Shakespeare's The Globe,
Mhm.
but in the center is this beautiful cherry blossom tree.
Oh,
And the whole house has been built around the cherry blossom. And so the first floor extends outward from the base of the tree. The second floor is built upwards, and the balcony where some seats are, some like two-person seats, some two-person tables, actually looks down on the first floor, but with an emphasis to the branches and the fruit. It is nowhere near the kind of place that someone looking to spy on someone else would want to sit. It is not what this is built for. It's to take in the art of the foliage. But there is a couple of rooms that are separated on the second floor, and you're taken to one of them. It looks like one of the smaller rooms, maybe for 6 people at most. And the Bayushi is at the door, invites all of you to come inside. And the young girl that's there just kind of looks at her. Could you bring 2 of our finest? And he kind of looks at the group. A sweet tea and a green tea, please. She nods. He comes in and he'll take a little flint and steel to a little piece of lumber and set the tip on fire and take it right into the center of the table where there is this kind of coal pit. And with a cool morning, the heat from the stones makes the room feel real nice. But he also puts a little grill on top of the coals. And then he puts this clay, like deep bowl, and he fills it with water. And you know that it is a boiling pit, a boiling tub, so that you can keep the sake or the tea warm. And he smiles. It's barely visible through his silk mask. It is layered. There's easily a dozen or so layers of just silk, and each layer has a different threading, a different design of combination of yarn and thread to make it look like there are 2 scorpions about to fight each other around his mouth. But he leans back on his pillow. Doji-san, you were almost vulgar with your, and I don't want to say accusation because that would imply that you were looking to create strife in the court. And I know that that would never be your intention. You're muted.
I get one per show.
You get one per show, just like Ben.
I was asked a question by a member of the Imperial family who was acting as the voice of the Emperor. I had to be honest.
So you would afford the Emperor the same honesty.
Unquestioned.
You are a paragon. He turns his attention to Tamori Mori. I cannot say the same for you. Your assault on the man's character was the most entertaining thing I've ever seen, I think, in a court.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You should. You should. It was meant as one. And the girl doesn't knock. She just slides the door open, comes in, puts the 2 tea bottles in the boiling water now, or simmering water at least, and then hands each of you a little drinking cup, a little drinking dish. he nods to her, and she goes and steps outside and slides the door closed again, but you see that her silhouette doesn't move. She's just standing at attention outside the door. And he'll look at the three of you, and you'll see that one of the tea bottles is capped in a very beautiful green little top that has what looks to be a jade piece in the very little ball that holds the lid on. And then the other one has a reddish kind of purple tint to its top. And he just kind of looks at the three of you. Would you like green tea or sweet tea?
Sweet tea, please.
Of course, and he pours the green tea for you.
Green.
Of course, and very gingerly puts the green tea in front of you.
Be different. I'll take the sweet tea, please.
Excellent. And he puts the green tea back, and takes out the sweet tea and pours you some, and then leaves the bottle outside of the little tub. So, we didn't hear from you, Shiba-san. Have you not interacted with our glorious daimyo yet?
I have not.
What a treat.
The Daijobi, however, is a remarkable woman.
That she is. That she is. I wonder, and Doji-san, I don't mean to discourage you or your clan in any way, but you did bring up, he looks more towards Tamori Mori than Doji-san, but you both brought up that this man reviled you in some way. He used his power and position against the two of you.
That's correct.
Yep.
Have you thought of it being an act?
Well, he was seemingly very drunk at the time. So, unless he's an amazing actor, I'm not sure. I wouldn't think so.
To what
Understood.
end?
If he wasn't drunk at the time, I would think maybe he was acting, but he was drunk at the time. And my cousin did try to calm him down.
Did she?
If I remember correctly, she put a hand on him trying to calm him down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. She tried to calm him down.
He looks at Tamori. You've clearly not spent any time in courts, so I think you are the best to ask. Did he pose a threat to you in his drunken stupor?
He tried to.
But he didn't.
Not fully.
Was he armed?
I believe so.
Huh. Drunk and armed and belligerent and threatening the very samurai that were offered to him.
Never mind. I say it under my breath. Never mind, saved his life the first time.
Were the two of you there for the Shiromari Sato incident?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. So you were there for his wedding.
Yes.
Was he the same then?
I don't believe
I
so.
think back. I try to remember. Was he a drunkard?
No.
Mm-mm.
No, he's changed after those events.
changed.
I am not saying that events of that magnitude have been known to change people. I know that I am not the same man I was since before that incident at all. I don't see the world the same way.
Do you have any siblings, Shiba-san?
I do. A sister.
And would her death bring you to drinking yourself stupid?
Personally, no. I would put my energy towards something more productive.
Doji-san, do you have siblings?
That's a good question. Of course I would. Yeah. Of course. Yes. Oh no, I have my sister. Yes.
Of course, you have your sister.
Yeah. I have my sister.
And would the loss of your sister drive you to being belligerently drunk?
Oh no. If my sister died, if she died of natural causes, I would be sad. If somebody killed her, they would have to run from me for the rest of their lives.
But you wouldn't succumb to drink.
Oh no.
Tamori-san, do you have any siblings?
I understand where you're trying to go with this argument, but I'm not bringing family into this. No. Grief will not cause me to be a drunkard.
And you see his eyes kind of close as he looks at you. But it's not a glare, and it's not malicious. It almost looks gleeful.
Mm-hmm.
And he leans back. So, if 3 representatives of what is arguably the most valuable caste in our society will not let themselves succumb to drink, why must we hold our betters to higher standards?
Because our betters are supposed to be examples for those before them.
Exactly. They should never be enticed by drink. They are paragons of the Bushido, obviously. Just as Shiba-san is a representative of duty, Doji-san is a representative of honor, and I can only assume that Tamori-san, you are a representative of vengeance.
Just assume that.
It is a comfortable assumption, I think. What then is the virtue that our Miya-sama represents? Or, if we are to speak plainly, what vice?
Well, I know it's not an excuse, but events like what happened at that village have been known to break the way people see the world. Sometimes they run to drink.
Or they're just not the same person.
I hate to tell you
They're
this.
broken after that.
I hate to tell you this, Doji-san, but your Kakita training is showing.
Is that a compliment or an insult? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to take that.
Yeah.
Are you insinuating that the daimyo is a completely different person?
He opens his fan and puts it up to his face. My goodness. I would never dare raise such accusations in front of such virtuous samurais as yourselves.
But I doubt he would be a shape changer. They perfectly copy their targets. They wouldn't be so obvious as to act differently.
Wouldn't they?
We haven't been around one long enough to know that. We've only fought them. We haven't met them in social situations.
Oh, I did. Kind of.
Oh, the story
When?
turns.
We met some of them that aren't part of the group that we are fighting. They live peacefully.
Peacefully.
Yes, they take the shapes of animals and things like that. But they are not violent.
But they were animals. They weren't human shaped.
No, they did have a human shape.
They can't
Hold
take
on.
human shape.
Yes.
They did take human shape, and I did ask them, do you have to kill your targets to take their shape? Their answer was, some of us do, not all of us. And I was worried about asking that question because that would mean that my father would also be a copy. But that answer alleviated my fears.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You say that they're not aggressive, but you use words like take shapes. Which,
No, they copy shapes. They could copy what I understand.
right, I understand that, but your initial word usage, Doji-san, is dangerous, I think.
I understand.
Well,
To take
you do
something
remember.
is violent.
Well, the one that had taken the shape of the girl.
Yep.
She was deceased.
Yeah.
Already.
She took the shape of a deceased child.
And you know this for a fact?
Well, she spoke to us.
We don't, but something happened with Jade that made me believe that.
Did it happen in front of you? I'm
Yes.
assuming
Yes,
this happened in game
No,
zone.
no,
I was
I
on it.
saw them.
Yeah.
I saw them absorb.
Yeah, they
Because
were.
we've already seen that some of them, Jade hurts them.
Yeah, the corrupted
But
ones.
these, they took Jade into them, and it like vitalized them.
Yeah, they were.
It was
entranced by
like it was like a okay. So the ones we fought with the hard carpus were like a whole different type. Like these were a different type, but they were not corrupted. When she walked after the jade, taking the jade, flowers grew at her feet. The ground, like woke up around them.
So why can't there be a shapeshifter that can fall under drink and become a copy of the daimyo? It's not impossible what he said.
That's true. That's true.
I would like to make it clear, Tamori-san, that I never said that out loud.
I'm
I don't
aware.
know what you're talking about. We didn't hear you say anything.
You are inferring things that I would never even entertain in private company.
Stop.
That's why you're talking to me, so I can say it out loud for you.
If that is what you're taking of our conversation, Tamori-san, I cannot stop you from saying what your mind thinks.
There is a more subtle way to check. My cousin sleeps in his bed. And I've seen my cousin's neck more than once. I asked,
last night.
and she shows it to me.
Mhm.
He leans forward on table. And Doji-san, I would be remiss if I didn't ask, but what is to stop them from leaving this scar somewhere else on this body?
I
That's
posed. Sorry.
that's a good question. But every single one we've met, even deceased ones, like after we kill the body and they break out of the body, it's always from here.
This
And
It's
actually brings,
always from there.
this brings
It's
up
almost like a cocoon where this breaks loose and it comes out.
Hmm.
I've never seen them break out of that cocoon in any other way.
let me ask you, if you faced a general once and he summarily defeated your army, would you face him again in the same manner?
Dear God, no.
So you would change your tactics?
Yes, of course. And I quote whatever is the equivalent of Sun Tzu
Mhm.
in this world. I'll quote a passage.
Hmm.
I brought the same question up to Tetsuro while you were speaking to the Naijoki.
Oh, you're on given names with Soshi-san.
Yes.
He must trust you.
Basically, the point was
Mhm.
if everything, essentially all of the tactics that you've described to me before we set out are different already. And what's to say the location, as was mentioned, of the scar isn't somewhere else, or
A
even other tactics.
a group that doesn't learn from their mistakes is bound to be destroyed, to lose the evolutionary war. A group that adapts, that learns and shifts, that is a group that survives, that succeeds, that propagates.
There is another way to check.
And you know
They
this way?
They can't hold Jade.
But you just
Huh.
said that a group of them can.
No. That was a different group, and they absorbed Jade.
But they were the
Literally.
same shapeshifters.
No, but we've met types that Jade burns them. Like the ones that had the carcass, Jade hurts them. It's not like they were able to go, oh, Jade doesn't hurt me anymore.
I think
And
the
I've
point is,
never seen one walk where flowers appear under their feet.
I think the point is that they have much more diversity than we think that they do.
You're right, but
Correct.
I
So
think
stop holding them to the point that only Jade and only at the neck.
well
because maybe things
I
are
can only
changing.
think corrupt creatures would want to destroy the Empire.
Of course. We represent order and justice and law.
Exactly. And stability.
To infiltrate, they had to try something else because we already defeated them one way.
As our host has said, with the guests changing tactics, he wasn't just speaking the best.
Okay, I'm going to do something stupid.
Okay.
Well, stupid in my head, not for anybody else. With everything I've been reading lately
Yeah.
about blood magic, is there a way to use that to stop Jade from affecting you for a little while? Or, here's the fucked up part. Have you ever heard of a way to use blood magic to detect something's true?
The blood magic being used to become immune to Jade is impossible. Jade is the heavenly gem. It is the conduit by which the celestial order interacts with the realm.
Yeah.
That's why when Jade becomes tainted, it becomes obsidian. The ability to use blood magic to sense someone's true shape, though, is well within the realms of possibility.
Can I roll investigation? Because this man does not give us direct answers.
Mhm.
I want to know if I'm on the right track and he just can't say it out loud or have any accountability,
Uh-huh.
or if I should be picking up any other cues.
Okay. That's not going to be investigation. That's going to be sincerity, since you're in.
Sincerity?
Yeah, you're.
Fuck, I don't have that.
Oh no.
Damn. All right,
Oh,
let's try
I
anyways.
seriously doubted
But-
that you had sincerity.
Yeah.
Even though,
Um,
to be honest, you're so blunt and
Mhm.
straightforward,
Mhm.
you should have ranks in sincerity.
I'll let you roll investigation with awareness instead of perception.
Awareness? Okay.
Yeah. Since you're not trying
how that
to,
goes.
yeah, you're not trying to perceive something. You're trying to be aware of it. 16, bro. Look at you rolling good
No,
numbers.
look at you.
Wowie, wow, wow, wow.
Nice.
So what the fuck is this motherfucker saying?
It is roundabout. It is obfuscated. It is
Very Scorpion.
two directional, and not even, it's multi-directional, and it is full of what if and red herrings.
Okay.
But the core that you've picked up is the Mia was either replaced
Mm-hmm.
or somebody else is pulling the strings.
Okay. That's what I suspected,
Mhm.
but I wanted to confirm. And also, is there any like way I can tell why he wants to have this conversation with us specifically?
That is outside the target number that you rolled.
Okay, got it.
The
I'm suspicious as
easiest,
fuck.
yeah, you can be. It's a scorpion.
Yeah.
The low-hanging fruit is that he must have known before he brought you in that you were at Shiromori Sato.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like he must
Well, I
have.
told the story in his tea house.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, yeah, but he must have learned that you had a much more intimate connection to the group, to the daimyo and his wife, than what
Mhm.
the story gave.
Fuck, now I'm worried that my cousin was turned.
Maybe you should be.
That was our only in to the guy.
But
How the
he,
hell could I check my cousin? Stop it. How the hell can I check my cousin in a way that is not
rude.
She a girl?
Yeah.
Is she a woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can sleep with her.
No, no. But I have an idea.
Okay.
And it's kind of a thing is I don't know how I would do this.
I love that was your first instinct. Like, is she a she?
The scorpion.
Here?
If I mention it, I bet you the scorpion could do it because scorpions have connections and shit. I don't know if it would be
I live with a
dishonorable.
scorpion.
Okay, so I have a question about honor.
Okay.
Would it be dishonorable of using my etiquette to mention offhandedly that my wife that my cousin has assistants when she bathes, and those assistants might be able to see if there is a scar, if only someone could possibly talk to these servants
I'll help
in
her be.
a non-detectable way that scorpions are really good at.
You know
seems like-
that she has a lady in waiting.
Okay.
You
Is there
have
any-
you have a way. She's always with her. So you.
That lady in waiting,
Mhm.
is she a clan or not?
No, she's a peasant.
Okay. I asked the scorpion what he knows about her.
The lady in waiting.
Yes.
Oh. Well, she was the previous daimyo's. I don't want to say courtesan because it makes her look trifling. But she was a master of entertainment in the court. And when the last daimyo was removed, she had to find a different way to serve this one.
I'm wondering how we can speak to her.
I can arrange for her to pick up some of her mistress's tea.
And I could happen to be here when she does.
Oh my goodness, what a kismet that would be. A
It would be
boon
very
of luck.
it would be very serendipitous.
That is the word.
I like my plan better.
But let's also take into consideration someone that's of her caste that has survived 2 administrations so far. Maybe a little more crafty than we suspect, or you suspect.
That's a good point.
She's survived. So can you, let me know the next.
Well, someone's getting yelled at off screen.
Yeah.
She
I
needs to
just
go to the
say-
bathroom and she's yelling at me. Give me 1 second.
Yep.
So my
Yeah.
plan takes into effect. Perfect. Let's go.
Let's go. But he stands up and he says, "This has been a most enlightening conversation, and I hope that it has been as rewarding for you as it has been for me." And as he's talking, the rice paper door opens, the shoji door opens, and the girl is already bowing low to the three of you.
The tea was
Thank you for the tea.
delicious.
Of course, please, anytime that you'd like. My table is your table.
Thank you for your hospitality. I look forward to seeing you again.
Of course. And as you leave, I will let you have a scene outside if you'd like.
Mhm.
Before that, though, Doji, I am going to take away 3 of your honor points.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Because
Why?
you and none of your group poured him his sake, his tea.
oh! Wait, I thought that was only for sake, not for tea. Also.
Yeah. He poured all of
Oh,
you,
shit.
and no one poured him.
So hold on, is that 3 entire points or
3
point
points.
3?
No, 3 points.
3
so
entire points?
not ranks, points.
Oh, points. Okay.
Yeah, not ranks. That's violent.
Dude, I was like,
Yeah. You didn't serve him tea? Out. You're a scorpion now.
Peasant.
Yeah. You are stripped of your
dude,
titles.
I was like, what the fuck, bro?
No. Points, not ranks.
Oh man. Yeah, I was thinking tea ceremony. I didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I should have known that.
Yeah,
There-
dude,
there's-
I thought tea ceremony also. I always
There's a
thought that
level.
was
There's always a level of etiquette in Rokugan.
that's fair.
Yep.
That's fair.
I'll look next time.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
I don't have any etiquette though,
Um,
so it probably makes sense that I didn't
You're
know.
fine. Yeah. He can. He's got hands. He can serve himself.
Mhm.
So,
Outside as you're
Okay,
walking
now-
back.
yeah.
Because I don't think that you want to have a conversation in the tea house.
No. No, you know what? On the way out, I'm talking about how the hospitality was and how great the tea was.
Mhm. Which it was.
The tea was amazing.
Yeah.
So we have a plan.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to, after we're out and alone, I'm going to talk to the servant because the servant bathes her.
Mhm.
I'm going to ask for them to see if there's any scars anywhere on their body.
Mhm. Now, I don't want to scare you again, but what if she is the one with the scars?
Okay, bro, I'm doing the best I can, man.
I didn't want to say it in the tea house.
You know what? You're right. And that's why Tamori is going to sleep with her.
I can sleep with both of them at the same time. It'll be
No,
fine.
not my
It's
cousin.
Care at all.
The last thing I need is something in court that my cousin was caught with another person. That no,
We won't get caught. That's so
You
amateur
never-
hour. Get out of
with
here.
my
man.
luck,
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no cuck chair in the castle.
Also, with your
You're
luck,
right.
you're
It's
not
called
sleeping
a
with them.
cuck pillow.
There is a cuck pillow.
I'm willing to seduce whichever cousin and peasant you would like.
So the peasant may not be a bad idea, but I think the peasant might be the best way for us to see if my cousin has a scar. And if they do have a scar,
I mean, she may already know from seeing her.
of course. And I'm thinking also on top of all that, I'm thinking something totally different. I'm thinking if they do have a scar, I have to go home after all this is over.
We also still need to get our hands in some jade.
Because I need to have a very long talk with my father.
And as
Who may
you're
not be my
walking,
father.
Tamori Mori, you'll notice that there's this little scrawny 5'2", 5'3", kind of hunched over old man, off in front of one of the shops, and he just kind of looks over you, and he waves with a big old smile. It's your favorite Edda, bro.
Yay!
I thought we were done with him.
I wish that fist pumping was like a thing. Because I would actually fist pump him.
I bet you would.
But I definitely smile and wave back once I thought you were talking about some like
Random old man?
yeah, I was like, what the fuck is a man looking at
No,
me
man.
for?
No.
Um,
No. And there's just like a smile, and you notice at the moment you see him,
Wait a minute.
his eyes just go straight down.
He's always been completely bluntly honest.
100%.
yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
I walk straight up to him.
Nope.
I literally grab you by the shoulder and say, if you fuck with him.
No, I have a question for him, and I know he's going to tell me the answer.
He
I
bows.
promise. I give you my word. I'm not going to fuck with him. I have a question for you. And you've always
This
been
is the
incredibly
first time
blunt.
that Shiba Kucho is meeting this Edda, by the way.
Oh yeah,
You've always
describe
been.
the Edda, please.
You've always been annoyingly blunt.
So hold on. The Edda.
Go.
The Edda is the lowest of the low in the caste system. They're the ones that deal with animal entrails, and they're the ones that bury and wash the dead people to be buried or cremated. So they get a lot of the shit jobs.
There's always a Jimmy.
Yep. And you don't know how right you are. The first time they met him, he was called in to remove a dead body, or to move around a dead body so they can investigate a crime scene. And Tamori Mori immediately fell in love with him. Doji-san hates him. But the peasant has one name. He's got a little vest. No shirt. He's got shorts that are only shorts because they were pants once, and they have frayed all the way up to about his knees. He's got simple sandals. He's got a little like messenger bag of a sack. And as Doji-san comes up, like he bows low.
You've always been annoyingly honest.
Hey, I tried
And
to be Doji-san.
Now, with your voice a little quieter,
I tried to be Yoshi-san.
have you come across any bodies that their method of death or the way their bodies were left was strange?
Yeah, I mean, what are you talking
Like-
about? Strange, like bent arms, twisted
No,
necks.
something really out of the ordinary.
Oof. You don't know what ordinary is, Doji-san.
You know what I mean?
My ordinary is not the same as your ordinary.
Have you seen anything lately that sent a chill up your back?
Ooh. Like a good chill or a bad chill? Because they're different.
Like a this is bad news chill.
Oh, I don't. I'm at the bottom of the barrel, my friend. I don't have bad chills.
I asked you a question. You could answer it. I'm not going to hold it against you.
I mean, yeah, everybody that dies is a bad death.
Fair enough, but nothing like really weird, like a body with no blood in it. Something weird.
I mean, there's a body with no, like, bones and organs in it. Is that weird?
That's very weird. And where did you find this and when?
Oh, it was down south at the mines.
When was this?
Maybe like a day or two ago.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I just thought. Have you found more than one body like this? Or is that the only one?
No, it's the only one that was outside the mine. And, that place is haunted. I'm not going in there alone.
Fair enough.
Do you know who it was?
No, some peasant. One of the merchants.
Shit. Shibakusha is going to immediately make a beeline for his friend at the blacksmith.
I actually look at him. It's the first time, probably the only time I'm going to say this. Thank you. And I go.
Yep. And he bows.
I give him the time appropriate fist bump.
Okay. Yeah.
The under the kimono arm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Yep. And he's like, "It's good to see you again, Dragon Son," and he bows.
My immediate response is, "I love you."
Can't do it. I got a wife.
Sorry, I can handle rejection. Thank you.
Yep. And as you all rush off to check in on Ryuji, I think this is a good point to call it for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, you got to see the L5R equivalent of Jimmy Trash Cans.
Ah, so good.
Trash cans.
I want to be best friends with him.
He's
I can't stand him.
the best.
Is that you know? Is that him?
And the fact that he can touch dead bodies for you and just fucking make commentary about him touching dead bodies for you is the most freeing thing I can do with him.
I want to see a parchment with calligraphy and prices.
I think the first time they asked him to move a body, like, he made comments about every time he was doing it.
Yep.
Like, just second guessing everything. But yeah, thank you guys for coming back for this. I'm glad that we get Tamori Mori back for at least a couple of sessions.
Yeah.
It's
well,
like
we're
writing
paying
up.
through the summer, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm glad that we got you back for a little bit. I know that we're gonna lose you again. But was it like riding a bicycle? Was it just
Yeah, I mean, I think that Tamori Mori's like grown a lot in the last 5 years that we've been doing this.
Yeah, bro.
right?
Which is kind of wild.
It is.
But yeah, it is like riding a bicycle.
Okay. As always, I want to give you guys a chance to plug whatever you're into. So Pete, we'll start with you. What are you up to? Where can people find you online if you want to be found?
It's That Monkey on Instagram. I am still working on Rotted Capes 2nd edition. And I am planning to start streaming soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I kind of have a really cool idea. I want to find really, really cool, really good game masters and interview them on their prep and everything, because I always try to become a better game master, and I think there's something out there that people would like to hear from really cool game masters.
Of course.
And by the way, I'm going to be asking to interview you because you're one of the better game masters I've ever played with.
You keep saying that, but you are in the industry, so you get to sit at tables that I wish I could sit at, because you know John Wick, and not the assassin, like the creator of 7th Sea, the man who had a hand in first edition L5R.
He's really buena gente. He's really cool.
Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna look forward to seeing if you can wrangle him up for that.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna try to wrangle him up for that. I'll be like, bro, come on, please.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be called Stat Monkey Speaks.
Yeah. I like it. I like it.
And doesn't stop.
Doesn't stop. Ray, what are you up to? Where can we find you online if you want to be found?
I don't want to be found. I'll be here sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to see you on Tuesday with a werewolf.
Yeah, and I love my little
Metis.
opposite of Tamori Mori, Catholic, Irish, tiny redhead.
Oh, such a difference. And,
Really?
And Tara,
Not really.
where can people find you? And what are you up to?
Oh, we have a second mute.
Oh, Ben.
Damn it! Nice.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right, so you can find me here. I don't even know how it got muted. Mondays and Thursdays for Salem and for L5R. Over on McStabbers, you can find me on Wednesdays playing Mage with that guy up there. And on Saturdays at a different table playing Vampire. And then hopefully I can come back and play the handsomest virtual adept in Kansas City. So
that is true. There's no one to contest you on that title.
Absolutely.
At all. But yeah, thank you guys for coming back for this game. Thank you to the audience for following along. I hope that you guys are having as good a time as it looks like everybody else is having. And as always, you can find us here on Mondays for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, Tuesdays for Werewolf the Wild West, where you do get to see the what is it, the cinnamon roll that is Artis, compared
I
to.
would say she's like a little buffin.
Yeah, but I mean, compared to the Brillo pad that Tamori Mori is, like it is a cinnamon roll.
Absolutely.
So Werewolf the Wild West or Scion 1st edition on Tuesdays, and of course, like you saw tonight, L5R or 7th C on Thursdays. And you can catch me on Wednesdays at McStabber Studios, where I'm currently running a Mage game set in 2018, Miami, Florida. And sometimes I will pop up on their Friday stream where I get to play the most handsome Baron in Kansas City. So there's a lot of handsome people in Kansas City. Let me just tell you what.
I've never heard that saying.
Start spreading it, bro, because it's
Kind of
true.
sounds like a lie, but okay.
You know the hater rate is strong in your house.
Those Leo genes.
It's those Leo genes.
Sounds like
There you go.
sounds like an urban legend, sir.
It's all the Libras you live with. No offense to any Libras or Leos. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I'm offensive.
But as always, if any of our commentary has bothered you, please know that it is okay to not be okay. And if you need help, there are phone numbers going up in our Twitch chat right now if you're watching live. They'll be in the description box if you're watching on YouTube. Otherwise, you can go to findahelpline.com to find the resources in your area nearest you. Or if you don't do well with phone calls or text message, or you're not in the United States, like unfortunately the rest of us are, and we have to deal with that kind of garbage. So having resources really helps, and knowing that people are out there that want to help you and that can help you is a fantastic avenue, because things are going to get bad. They started bad and they're getting worse, and just know that we are not alone in this. So please go out there, stand up for your fellow citizens, and cause some good trouble, and be the pain in the ass that this administration needs us to be. So be careful, be safe, and we will see you when we see you. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Vicious pitbull.